A very good morning, all of you. Myself, Alok Mathur, Assistant Professor in Center for Electronic Governance, Jaipur, established by Government of Rajasthan, Department of Technical Education, Rajasthan. I welcome to Dr. Amar Patnik sir, is the Associate Professor in MNIT, Jaipur. Okay, sir. Now start, sir.
Yes, sir, sure. So very good morning to all, and once again, thanks for the invitation. So last class we have discussed something different, variety of statistical analysis, and today we will discuss about the factor score estimation and multi-dimensional scaling perceptual map. So the main before going to start this one, what exactly role of this particular topic is. So it is purely based upon the survey results, those who are working on survey related works or industrial engineering works, or you can say some medical issues or some industries issues. So it is a issue related statistical analysis first of all. And second thing is that before going to discuss this particular topic, we should know it what exactly the every topic we should know it its role of play in the day-to-day life of our. So during questionnaire, whenever we are going for some particular industries, first of all we need to find out that particular industries the what is the real problem is. Once the problem is identification, that is identification of problem, generally we are saying it is. So once you will identify the problem, then it is not that we have, it is not that detailed information about that particular industry is known to us in a day one only. It's impossible. So only we have identified that this is the problem only. So one after the identification of problem, that is the means in a research methodology, these are the steps are there. So the first is the identification of problem. That is the major job of any engineer or a person who is doing the survey or a research scholar or a researcher or a teacher, whoever maybe it is. The identification of problem, because in a world or in a particular industry have thousands of problems. So we can't solve all these problems at a time only. That's why identification of problem based upon the literature or by visiting multiple number of times to a particular industry, then only we can identify the real problem only. After identification of problem, then our next job is the formulation of problem only. So once you will formulate the problem, means how can you formulate it? So with the discussion with the HRA department, discussion with the quality department, discussion with the manufacturing section department, discussion with the laborers, discussion with the supervisors, so discussion with the customers also, discussion with the industry peoples. So lot of discussion is there. So once you will discuss with all these groups of peoples, after that you will come to know that these are the following major issues are there. So now we have to decide it. Each issue is one question. We have to convert that into a question only. Let a particular industry has one objective. Maybe I can say that objective is sustainability of a particular industry. Like every time we need to say the local specific problems only. So as it is a Rajasthan, the local specific problem is the textile as well as the marble industry as well as the tourism. So all are going in a successful way and has name in the world also. So like I can say one example of an industry like a textile industries have a problem that there are a lot of wastages are there, lot of chemicals are also there. What ultimately we are doing that products we are that means the chemically polluted waters, that is we are digging into the inside the soil, or sometimes we are drained to the river like this one. So the question is the sustainability, how to bring that industry in a successful mode. So these are sustainability. To bring that one, there are multiple number of issues are there. So each issue is one question, we can say. Now we will assume that there are 10 questions or 11 questions or there are 15 questions are there. So now we will convert or we will assume that each question is a factor. Then next is our discussion. If each question is a factor, then you have multiple number of questions and each questions have sub questions are there. So main question generally we will say it anytime you have doubt in between you can ask also, it's no problem, or at the end. You just note it, you can ask at the end only. This is our research work only. So each question is one factor. Now we will assume it that each question is one factor. So there are let 100 factors are there or 20 factors depending upon what type of problems you are solving. So each factor has a minimum 4 to 5 sub factors are there, or you can say each is variable, each variable has sub variables are there. So it depends what you name you want to say it. So now the question is clear to you all that what is factor. So factor is a issue in an industry. It is an issue. So in that particular issue has 5 sub issues are there. That is sub factors. Like one example, I can say that a factor is a lever. So lever has a 5 sub variables are there. Let one variable I can say that the number of genders are there and their age group is there and their qualification is there and their performance is there. So these are different sub variables are there. Any type of it is, it may be labor, it may be environment, it may be cost, it may be operational, or it may be the type of methods we are following in industry. So these are all our factors only. So next is our question is that what is factor analysis? So if you are sure that what is exactly factor, otherwise there is no other way to explain you that what is factor. We no need to remember also what is factor. We no need to remember the definition of what is factor. So factor is a issue. If you are clear, then we will move forward. That is factor only. So it in a very simple way, someone has defined it that factor analysis is if that factor you want to analyze it. So factor analysis is an interdependence technique whose primary purpose is to define the underlying structures among the variables in the analysis. So the purpose of this particularly factor analysis is to get a valuable information through that so that we can solve that problem. But whenever a person is running an industry, he or she overall it is very difficult to understand that what is the real problem of a particular group of workers. So if we'll go through this analysis and identify the real problem, then after that taking action of that particular factor is very easy. So that's why it is the main role of the factor it is. So why we are doing this factor analysis, that is there are these are the steps, but I want to say something about why we want to do factor analysis, because if you go with a multiple number of peoples or groups, then each group definitely they will say minimum 15 to 20 questions. So each factor, so 20 factors each group. So one group is the production department, another group is the labor, another group is the industry persons, another group is the customers, another group is the maybe the dependent means industries, those who are dependent industry like a automobile industry is there. Their dependent industries are that like a tire industry is there, or a resin industry is there, or a seat manufacturing industry is there, or a glass manufacturing industry is there, or a body structure of automobile industry is there. Because a particular, like one example of a Maruti, he or she can't do everything in a particular industry. So they have to depend upon the parts ancillary industries, like a paint industry is there. So they will buy the paint and they will do it. So they have to depend. So there are, that's why factor analysis is very important, and you will sure through factor analysis that what is the exact problem in particular in your industry is there. So to conduct a factor analysis, some few things we need to remember in our mind. No doubt we will go for questionnaire, but we need to remember few things in our mind. That is the first is the testing the assumptions, then construction of a correlation matrix, then method of factor analysis, then determination of numbers of factors, then rotation of factors and interpretation of factors. These all are important. Each is one important sectors. So, so the interpretation of factor, I will start from the end. Interpretation of factor. So you have a factor, that's why I said I have multiple number of factors. I should interpret without interpreting the factors. The factor has no role also in an industry. I can't say superficially one factor name. That will not helpful to that industry's growth. So that's why each factors we need to interpret. Let if I will increase my labor, what about my cost? If I will increase my labor, what about my production process? If I will increase my labor, what about my quality of the product? If I will increase my labor, what about the overall performance of the industry? So it depends n number of factors. So now we have to decide it which factor is more important, which factor is less important. That is interpretation of factors. Once the factor interpretation is over, then its previous step is the rotation of factor. I will show you that how we can rotate it, the factors. So through that rotation of factors means measure issues we can identify it. One example I want to give you that if I will say one factor is operational is one factor, that particular factor has 5 sub factors. By rotation of factors, you will know that or you will come to know that out of 5 sub factors, 4 sub factors are important and 1 sub factor is not important through statistical analysis only. I will show you through I means run through SPSS software, then I will show you that which is more important, which sub factor is more important, which sub factor is less important. It's a real problem of textile industry in Rajasthan. It is one of our scholar, they did it this work. So I will show you the real results. That is rotation of factors. So that time, in that time, once you will go through the rotation of factors, then you will come to know that these following sub factors are less relevant and these following sub factors are important. So based upon that, what you will do, your further survey, you will omit that unwanted factors or unwanted sub-factor from the series so that your question becomes robust. We let you will prepare a question set directly. You can't go and collect the informations. So you have to survey, you have to transfer that questions to multiple number of people. They will go through your questions and then they will rectify it. After that, once the final draft is prepared, then only you can start surveying of the answers for the particular questions. Then determination of number of factors. You have 100 factors, I said it. And by using some principle, I will say that principle, what is exact that principle? By using that principle, you will reduce the number of factors to a stipulate number of factors. So that is generally we are saying it is a principal component analysis. So means what? Initially you have 100 questions. If I will go with 100 questions and to ask a manager out of all the 100 questions, then nobody will answer you. So that's why you have to convert that 100 to 15. That is only with the help of the statistical analysis tool only. So that principle is known as principal component analysis. It will convert 100 or 200 questions to 15, 10, 11 like this. It will convert automatically. So how it will convert? That is a big issue. It will convert based upon the similarity of the questions. Let I have 2 questions and both the questions have some similarity. Then one question it will delete and one question it will continue. So that is the reduction of factors only. So the methods of factors, then what are the different methods of factor analysis? It is then construction of correlation matrix, then testing of the assumptions. So these are the steps for conducting the factor analysis study only. Then factor analysis depends upon the following steps only. The step one is, you can say, the objective of a factor analysis. Why you want to do factor analysis? That is the objective. So there are two key issues. It depends. One is R factor analysis. Another is a Q factor analysis. Depend upon two things only. So what is R? Just you see the left hand side figure. It is clearly written R factor analysis, and right side it is clearly written Q factor analysis. What is the difference between the two? The left side, generally we are saying it is a structural analysis. Right side, generally we are saying it is a statistical analysis. So R factor analysis we will do with the help of structural, and Q factor analysis we will do with the help of statistical analysis only. So you just see it here. F underscore PD, F underscore ED, F underscore PD. So there are three factors only. So now each factor have 5 sub factors. Just you see it, V10, V8, V6, V11, V4, and F underscore ED, V12, V9, V5, V3, and F underscore BD, V7, V2, V1 is there. So see it here. First group has 5, second group has 4, third group has 3 sub factors are there. What about others? Initially तो हम लोग 6 लिए होंगे कि 7 लोगे, and finally it is 5, 4 and 3. It means the rest are unwanted. They are not satisfying the normality test. If they are not satisfying the normality test, generally such type of sub variables we are omitting. So this is R factor analysis. In R factor analysis, two things you will see, just error 10, error 8. So this is totally the error 10, error 8, error. These are totally unobserved variables. Means each variable have some error. So that is unobserved variables only. And from F underscore PD to V10, V8, V8, V6, V11, V4, in between the values are there 0.86, 0.67, 0.71, 0.68, 0.66. These are the structural variables, means observed variables. Okay, it means that for the main factor, let FPD with the sub factor V10, their correlation is 0.86 only. That is observed variables only. That is the standard confirmation test only. It is. So it is generally, you can say it is a primary structural analysis only, because it depend upon the factor and sub factor only. Similarly, first order, that is generally you can say it is a primary or a first order. Similarly, second order, similarly multi order is there. So this is a first order structural analysis. It is only relationship between a factor and a variable only. Now go to our previous, that is R factor and Q factor. These two are clear now. And Q factor, just I forgot. In a Q factor, just you will come to know that in a Q factor analysis, this is the Q factor analysis. You just see it here. There are group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4 groups are there, and their genders, their age, their income level, all the statistics we have prepared. So then from here we will find out the eigenvalue and the percentage of explained variance, that is. So now the question is that what is exactly the R factor analysis decide? So correlation matrix of the variables to summarize the characteristics, that is R factor. Q factor analysis, what? Correlation matrix of the individual respondents based upon their characteristics condenses large number of people into density different groups only. That is the different groups only. I can say that this is a group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. So like different groups are there. And this is R factor analysis. This is a Q factor analysis only. This is first things. Next is achieving data summarization and data reduction. That is the next our job is. Data summarization, what it is means whatever the information you have collected, that you will keep it in a specific format. Okay, you can say it is a data summarization. And just now I said that you have 200 questions are there. That questions you will convert into limited number of questions. That is, you can say it is a data reduction technique only. Creating entirely a new set of variables and completely replace the original values with empirical values or factor score, that is known as a data reductions only. So there are two things. So I have shown these two. Then the other steps are there. Then variable selections are there. So variable means here factor selections, because initially you have 200 questions or 100 questions or 50 questions are there. Now it will convert into by data reduction technique into 11 questions. I will show you that how the questions are reduced. So using factor analysis with other multivariate technique is also you can find out by using other multivariate techniques. Next is the stage 2, that is designing a factor analysis. How you will design a factor analysis? There are 3 steps in designing a factor analysis. The first step is the Q and R type, and the second is the variable selection and measurement issues, and third is the sample size only. The sample must have more observations than variables. Jada means let 5 only variables are there. You no need to go for any factor analysis. There should be a more than 300 or 400 survey questions are the survey is there. Then only you can go for factor analysis. Otherwise, we no need to go for any type of factor analysis. This is a stage 2 only. Then you will go to the assumptions 3, that is stage 3. Assumptions factor analysis, conceptual issue and statistical issue. These two are the major issues. What is conceptual issue? Just I will show you one diagram. See, this is a conceptual framework or issue. With this you can understand a lot of things. You will clear that it is our problem only, that just I want to show you that how a sustainability of a textile wastewater management, it is our objective. And there is a left hand side, whatever the factors are there, they are dependent factors only, like labor input in the textile industry, policy implications, dyes and additives, wastewater treatment and disposal, energy consumption and carbon dioxide emissions, textile industry productivity, improvement of sustainability related performance, and textile reuse and recycle. These are the factors only. If I will control these following factors, I hope it is nearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I will control these 8 factors, then what the 8 factors depends? This 8 factor depends upon the economic performance, it depends upon the environmental impact, it depends upon the operational performance. If I will control these 3 also, then obviously my textile industry sustainability will increase. So that is sustainability of a textile wastewater management is. So this is conceptual framework. ये कहाँ से आया? This conceptual framework. So generally, whenever we are going to any industry, it is specifically useful for all the research scholars, even faculty members, those who are doing on survey related work. Their first job is what that we will discuss here. So this is my experience, whatever I am saying you. So whenever before going to any industry, it may be any industry, even it may be the electronic industry, or it may be because most of the peoples they are working on waste electronic goods. So that is again is a big issue in the present world, like a gadget, old gadget is there, old transistor is there, old microprocessor is there, old chips are there, old wires are there, electronic wires are there, then plugs are there. So this is a big issue. This is a big issue. If you work on this, 20 years required to solve this problem one by one. So it is a big issue in the present world. Similarly, issue related to industry, textile, issue related to chemical industries, issue related to fashion industries, issue related to automobile industries, issue related to mining industry, and number of issues are there. By sitting, we can produce thousands number of PhDs also, because each issue is one PhD. So it means that these issues I have collected through literature only. So whenever we are preparing a conceptual model, it is through literature only. Literature बोल रहा है कि these following factors are required to improve. These following 8 factors are left hand side. These following 8 factors are required to improve. If I will improve these 8 factors, these 8 domains, then my right hand side domains, that economic performance, environmental impact, operational performance, obviously it will increase. If it will increase, then obviously my textile industry's success will success, or it will improve the KCWAT, that is sustainability of a textile waste water. It will improve. So forget the sustainability. It will improve in simple language. If I want to say it, that it will improve the quality of the product. It will improve the performance of that particular industry. It will improve the jobs creation. So it will improve the environment also. So a lot of things. Obviously, it will reduce the pollution also by using latest technology equipment. So obviously the waste extraction of waste will reduce. So extraction of waste will reduce automatically, the environment will clear. So these factors I have collected through literature by going through multiple number of hundreds, 200, 300 research papers related to textile industry. I've gone through it, and then finally I've concluded maybe 20, but this is the final only. Initially आपको लगेगा कि 20 question is important, but after factor analysis, but reduction, all these things, it will reduce to 8 only. हम लोग भी इनिशियली 17-18 क्वेश्चन बनाए थे, पहले कम होते होते 11 हुआ, देन कम होते 8 हुआ, like it is. So this is the way how to prepare a conceptual model. So what is required by preparation of this conceptual model? Reason is that if you prepare a conceptual model, a brief film will create in your mind. आपके दिमाग में हमेशा एक these points will run in your mind, so that you can easily discuss with the persons, the other side, who is your other side is there. You can easily discuss with that persons also. So that's why without preparing any conceptual model, we should not visit any of the industries. So whatever they will say, you will feel that is important. But if you are sure, if you have prepared or developed a conceptual model, then you will visit the industry. Then it is easy to you also to understand their problem, and it is easy to you also to reply their problem. Then it is easy to you also to suggest them follow these important points instead of some vague things only. So that is known as conceptual model. So once it is prepared, so that is the role. I have just written a one line, but that is the role of a conceptual model is. So if it is clear, conceptual model is clear, then our next step is statistical issues. So statistical issues means what? Once you will prepare the conceptual model, sometimes some questions, few of them didn't answer that. So definitely that section is a empty section only. So if your section is empty, you can't run with the statistical software. Definitely there is some error. So you have to put some value in that 1 to 5. Let I want to put ranking it. So you have to put some value in that blank space only. So that is the statistical issues only. So next is measure of intercorrelation only. So it depends upon the one of the criteria, that is Bartlett test only. That is this test will signify your factors. It will give you some indication that your factor is significant. How your factor is significant? Let it is greater than 0.05, then it is a significant. Through this is a person who has initially used this particularly this statistical technique only in a particular industries. Okay, industries related to environment industries, Then after that, subsequently, this particular test is used everywhere to know the particular inputs are significant or not. So this is next step. Then conceptual I've said. Then after that, what you will go for? Measure of the sampling adequacy, that is MSA. So this index range always it is 0 to 1, reaching 1 when each variable is perfectly predicted without error by the other variables. The measures can be integrated with the following guidelines. So KMO, generally we are saying it is a Kaiser-Meyer measures of a sampling adequate, it is KMA test it is. So KMO it is that if the value is 0.9990 and 0.80, 0.70, 0.60, 0.50, 0.5. So this test, these values, you need to remember it. If this value is 0.50 by using this KM, this Kaiser-Meyer measures of the sampling adequacy, that is, if it is 0.05, it is unacceptable. If it is 0.5 just above, then it is a miserable. If it is 0.60, then it is a mediocre. If it is 0.70, it is in between middling. Then it is 0.80, it is a meritorious. If it is 0.90, it is 100% the best, you can say it is marvelous. So this is the indications. We will solve these things with the help of SPSS. Then you will come to know what our value is. If the values exceed 0.50 for both the overall test as well as each individual variables with the values less than 0.5 should be omitted from the factor analysis. जो variable का let आपके पास 15 variables है, out of 15 variables, one of the factors value is 0.50, less than 0.50, you should omit that factor only, because that indicates that factor has no role to improve your industry's performance. That is the issue. So we need to remember this one. So I can say that I have these questions and I have these sub questions are there. These are the list of factors and sub factors are there. I have a question, labor input in the textile industry. Its a sub question is increase in employee wages, difficulty in recruiting general staffs, low rate of worker retention, difficulty in recruiting engineer staffs. It is a labor input, labor problem in that. Similarly, policy implication has questions, dyes and additives have questions, wastewater treatment and disposal has questions, because wastewater generally in the textile industry, they are going for land filling. Now that it is a crime only. If someone is going for land filling, then huge fine. Government of India has implemented the rule that you can't go for land filling, you can't go for means pouring the water into the through drain to river. So now what is the philosophy? The philosophy is you have to use that wastewater in a different way, because each wastewater has some type of chemicals are there. So hard solid chemicals are there. So that chemical you have to remove it, then use it in agriculture or recover it. Then you can reuse that water like recycling of water, or you can use it building and construction. टेक्सटाइल वेस्ट वाटर्स जो है आजकल उसको ब्रिक्स बनाने में भी यूज करते हैं, that water, that chemical water, by putting some ingredient so that it will not create itching the person who will prepare the bricks. So in detail work we did it. It is a so n number of questions you can ask also. So building constructions, these are people are using because it is allowed. Even the textile wastes, whatever the wastes are coming finally, the solid wastes by different methods. It may be osmosis, it may be reverse osmosis, or it may be treatment some method, it may be some type of filtration technique. So that technique, whatever the wastes are coming, that also nowadays using cement industries for burning purpose. Usme there are some type of chemicals are there. If you put inside means some arc, if you light, so that it will automatically it will burn. So for like brick industries, they are also burning through coals or through means rice horse through similarly this type of waste are cement industries also they are taking for burning purpose only for boiler cells. So these are the different issues are there. So you can see it here, there are different questions are there. So in between, let I have a question, textile reuse and recycle. Here the 5 questions are there. Let reuse, run your own store, reuse, sell to non-profit or other business, reuse, sell to a broker, recycling or like this only. So any of these factors let it is coming less than 0.50 by using KMO analysis, then that factor we will remove it. पता चल रहा है कि reuse sell to a broker is less relevant, so we'll remove that one, that particular sub factor will remove that series. Because of that reason, how you will understand what is factor, what is sub factor. Because of that reason, I am showing you the questions, the set of questions are there. So these are the set of questions are there. So now we will go back. So this is the method KMO test, that is the Kaiser-Meyer test is there. So if it is less than below 0.5, then I can say that I have to remove that particular either factor or the sub factor only. So these are all questions only. So next we will go for a data analysis of that particular factors. So that is the test is that Kaiser-Meyer Olkin. It is a KMO, measures of sampling adequate and Butler test of sphericity is there, degree of freedom, degree of significance, everything we can calculate it with the help of this data analysis only. So that is the big issue, big problem is that see it here that the results we have calculated here and the KMO is coming 0.784. So if it is coming 0.784, what I will say it is 784. It is a meritorious. It is means it is a nearly 0.80. I can say it is a meritorious. Okay, it is a good. I can say it. Is it not wonderful? It is a good one. So the result, it is a real results only. It is not a copied somewhere. It is a real results only. Our and here Butler test is also there. See it here, Butler test for sphericity. Butler test has 3 things is coming. One is chi-square, another degree of freedom, another is the significance. You can see it here, the significance is 0.000. It means it is 100% significant. The factors whatever we have studied, they are 100% significant. And the degree of freedom is 940. It is not our hand only. Whatever the factors are there, based upon that, it will calculate the degree of freedoms. And the chi-square, it is that is 6051. It should be more than 5,000. Then it is can say it is a significant. So through this KMO and Butler test, we can predict our inputs and outputs are how much significant they are for further analysis. That is the role of this particular test only. So then next we'll go that the components, whatever the factors we have calculated. See it here, I said 8 factors are there and 3 output are there. So total it is 11 only. So just you see it 1 to 8 component indicates the factor and 9 to 11 component indicates the performance measure. ये आप भी देख सकते हैं आप. This also you can see it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are factors and 1, 2, 3 are the output performance. That only I am saying you. Total 11 is there. 1 to 8 component indicates the factors and 9 to 11 component indicates the performance measures. So total is 11 only. Here we will calculate it the eigenvalues of individual factors and their total variance, explain extraction summation of square loading, that also you have calculated, and the rotation sum of squares of loading, everything we have calculated. So these are the values we have calculated through the SPSS software, that only. So after this test, then our next job is that we can go for the normality of the test only. So these are the normality of a test. See it here, I have the factors. That factors, two things we are calculating. One is skewness, another is accuracy, and the third one is the factor loading. Just you see it here in the factor loading. Everybody see it on, because if you remember it, then we will through go while solving through software, you will come to know that also how the factor loading is. Let LITI, that is textile industries, that is labor in textile industry, LITI, it is a factor loading is 0.753, 0.720, 0.757, 0.571. So these are the values only. So all values are above 0.5 only. If all values are above 0.5, then I can say that my all the sub factors are satisfied the normality conditions only. That is the important. It satisfies our normality condition. Similarly, at PI, that is also 0.853, 0.735, 0.824, 0.600. So like these values are, just remember all the values let above 0.5, that is the best. Let the values are above 0.5, all the values are above 0.75, then we can say it is the best. If the values are above 0.5, it's okay. It is your hand whether you will continue with that sub factor or you will not. It depends upon you only. And simultaneously it will calculate the Kronberg alpha. Kronberg alpha, it is also one type of indication that your factor 1 is significant. It is 0.70729. It is significant. Your factor 2 pi is 0.795. It is significant. Similarly KMO का भी आपको दिखाया था रेंज. Let 0.7 से above है, then it is okay. So it is all are except one RTD, that is 0.680. It is manageable, it is a middle, and rest are the above 0.7 only. It is a good one. So these are the factor analysis. So similarly, you can see all these 11 factors. Factor loading, their skewness, their QTC, their Kronberg alpha, their KMO results, all you can see it here. So here at the end, just it is a summary of that the Kronberg alpha was higher than 0.6 preferred, okay, to reveal internal consistency. Therefore, wastewater treatment and disposal where Kronberg alpha is 0.672 and economic performance Kronberg alpha is 0.640 were considered in the study for analysis and construct had statistical means satisfactory reliability. देखे होंगे आप here the values of the all these values just 0.682 and 0. somewhere it's 642, that is EP 0.62 642. इसको भी हमें consider कर लिए because we need to study this also. That things here summarized here 0.640, that is EP, that is economic performance. This also we have considered. And KMO should be more than 0.6. Statistics people are saying that if KMO is more than 0.6, but the value lies between closer to 0.8 or 0.9, suggests the intercorrelation matrix is almost ideal for factor analysis. If it is less than that, it is less only. That is the real analysis of this study only. Then you can see it here, the bivariate co-analysis. Here in a bivariate co-analysis, what it will find out? ये सबसे आसान है this analysis study. इसका सारे diagonal 1 होगा. Okay. Then और एक चीज बताएंगे आपको, वो सारे diagonal 0 होगा. If all the diagonals are 1, if in a bivariate correlation analysis, then you can say it is a perfect correlation. It is a and simultaneously the hello, what happened? Anything problem? Recording has started. Any problem here? Is it the slide is visible? So this is the bivariate correlation analysis. Then next we will go for deriving factors and assessing overall fit only. Apply factor analysis to identify the underlying structure of the relationships. Two decisions are important here: common factor analysis and principal component analysis. These two are important. So we will study principal component analysis. That is the main important. Whatever the analysis we have studied, that I will show you through principal component analysis. So concept of the variance of a variables, that is a common variance is there, specific variance is there, and error type of variance is there. Common variance means what? The variance is the variance in the variable shared with all other variables in the analysis. The variance is based upon the variable's correlation with other variables. If a variance has correlation with other variables, then you can say it is a common variance. Specific variance is constant. If a variance of a variable cannot explain by the correlation of other variables, but is associated with uniquely with a single variable, then we can say it is a specific variance only. And and is the error variance, means there is no relationship between the variables as well as the variance only. These are the concepts of the variance of the variables only. So just see it here, component factor analysis, that is the principal component analysis, that is component factor analysis. So see it here, factor component considers only the common or the shared variance, assuming that both the unique and the error variance are not of interest in defining the structure of the variance. Then there are two types of variance: variance extracted, variance excluded. So what are the excluded and what are the extracted? So that is important. Though so it means what? You have some factors are less relevant, so that you will exclude it. Then something you required in that particular place, you have to extract somewhere and put it there only. So two type of variance generally we are considering in our analysis only. So next is the suitability of the factor extraction methods, because all the methods are not suitable for factor extraction, because there are a lot of variables it depends upon. So component factor analysis is appropriate when data reduction is primary concern. आपके पास 200, you have 200 data are there, and all the 200 data you can't move carry forward, so you have to reduce it. Okay, so that's why you have to apply some type of a statistical methods to reduce it. That is component factor analysis is appropriate when data reduction is primary concern. Without reducing the data, you can't. It is a difficult analysis also. So you have to reduce the data fast. Then component factor analysis is appropriate when primary objective is to be identified the latent dimensions or the constructions represented in the original value. Then these are the criteria. Is there some? You have to find out some eigenvalue. Eigenvalue, what it represents? The amount of variance accounted by for the factor. It is a column sum of squared loading for a factor only. That is the eigenvalues only. Just I have shown you that how the eigenvalues is are calculated. Then it is also a scare test. It is like a KMO, like a Kaiser. It is same as another test is there. This test is also giving some idea about your inputs only, how they are significant. This screw test it is. This is plotting the means the input versus the outputs number of factors, and by after means extraction of these methods only. This is also again another statistical technique. We can find out with the help of this technique which factor is more important. Just see it here. This diagram has a skew criteria, eigenvalue, and factors numbers, you have 0, 5 and 10 factors are there, and the screen plot of eigenvalues after factors only. So you are left and your y-axis is screw criteria and eigenvalue, and your x-axis is the factors only. So this is the diagram through which you can find out that how much factors are consistent, how much factors are inconsistent, that you can find out through this screw plots only. So the step 5, all the steps we should know it here. The step 5, what it indicates that it interpreting the factors only. So how to interpret? So that is the most important, how you will interpret. 1 minute. Hello. हाँ कितने बजे है? ओके आप बोलो, मेरा क्लास चल रहा है, सो विद इन 15 to 20 minutes आई विल जॉइन. हाँ ठीक है, ओके ओके. So then next is interpreting the factors. That is the 3 process of factor interpretation, that estimate the factor matrix and factor rotation. So how to rotate, either orthogonal factor rotation or oblique factor rotation. So I will show you faster through software that how we can find out the values. I will show you just. Is it visible, this slide? So next we will go for some analysis. Then here we can find out the means a different factor analysis only. So first we will go with the reliability and analysis only. So these are the following factors, and we need to incorporate in the software. So these are the total number of factors are there. Okay, and except the conditions, everything we have put it into. Then we need to find out the items, we need to find out the scaling, we need to find out the mean, we can find out the variance, we can find out the correlations, everything we can find out only. Just see it here, the Kronberg alpha, it is coming 0.842, and the Kronberg alpha 0.832, and number of items are 40. Just you can see it here, the mean, the standard deviations. I have 264 factors, variables are there, that is n equal to 264 is there. And after that, the correlation matrix also we have calculated it, that also you can see it here, and summary of items, mean, minimum, maximum, and the range, and scale statistics, mean, standard deviations, and the number of items, everything we can calculate it through it. And then I will show you that how we will go for principal component analysis only. It is a dimensional reductions. See it here, the factors are there. These are the following factors. So I can include it, all these factors, and here these factors I have. Then descriptive type, initial. Then I can calculate coefficient and KMO and Butler. Everything we can. It's everything in your hand only. What you need to find out. Generally covariance matrix or correlation matrix, it depend upon you, and screen plot also you can calculate it. Then rotation of the matrix, Varimax methods generally we are following, and then score data, then any options you want to exclude it or anything, that I have not it. So this is the values of a factor analysis only. Just see it here. Here the KMO 0.784, and the Butler test, that is a chi-square, it is coming, degree of freedom and significance is 0, 0, and these are the values what you have calculated. See it here. You have 44 values, and finally 44 factors is converted into only 13 factors. Just you can see it here. These 13 factors are there only. So initially it was 44. Now it is 13 factors are there. Then the screen plot eigenvalue with the components only. So these are the means factors only. And now see the rotation matrix also. I will show you that rotation matrix. This is the rotation matrix only. In this rotation matrix, I will select the first one. You will select the first factors, and these are the values are there. First factor, the column, the value which I have maximum value, that we can say it is a considering as a better only, like 0.366 is less significant, and 0.654, 0.421, 421, and 0.456. All these are the factors only. So each factor has some set of sub factors only. Then second series, if I will go with second series, then you will see the second series, and this is the second series only. And here is also the which group is the best. I have shown you that. So this is the way how can you calculate it, the factors loading as well as the output performance of individual factors only. So with this we can say that this is the way how can you calculate it through software. And now we will go to the slides. So you will see that how the factors are there. So just now I have shown you that how factor loading. These are the factor loading here, 0.651, 0.564. So each series you have to select it, each series, and that it should not be repeat also. That series should not be repeat also. So these are the analysis of the and the concept of the variables, common variables, and the errors all you have calculated. Then I have shown you the screen plot and the factor rotation. That is the rotational matrix. So either you can rotate by horizontally, means orthogonally, or you can rotate by oblique. There are two rotation type, rotating factors. So it depends upon how you will rotate your factors only. So you see it here, by rotations we can change the values of the factor, and simultaneously we can optimize the values also. So this is the way how to rotate it. Because why rotation is required, we need to optimize the results. If you want to optimize the results, then definitely you have to optimize it. Otherwise what means what you can't go with the same results only. So if we can't go with the same results, then what it is required, you have to rotate the positions of the individual factors only. If I will rotate it the position of individual factors, then automatically you can reach your final output only. So this is allowed, but in general, in reality, it is difficult. But it is allowed in a statistical analysis, because we are going with some benchmark type of results only. So but because of that reason, it is allowed to go with a rotation only. So either orthogonal or it is oblique type of a rotations only. So when to use factor analysis? When data reduction is required, when there is identification of factors are more, and the level of discussion is more. So that time we need to go for factor analysis study only. See here, this is R matrix. I have shown you 0.772, 0.646, and 0.879. It is through rotations only. पहले तो ये नहीं था 0.874, it is again different part only. So that is through factor analysis only. R matrix, this is R matrix only. Similarly below 0.441, 0.361, 0.277, it is factor 2, is a factor 1. So two type. So factor 1 is better, your social things, the more interesting and talkative you tend to know. But this factor 2 is not that much effective. It is a selfish, people are likely to lie and talk about themselves only. So it is just a talk between social skills and talk with a selfish talk with a liar only. That is a factor analysis, that is R matrix analysis only. Just it is a discussion only. You should know it what exactly the factor analysis is. So, so mainly in a factor analysis depends upon the loading of a variables on a factor only. The more the factor explains relationship among those variables, ideally variables should be strongly related to or only one factors only. Then only you can easy to find out the factors. So these are the steps I have already shown you. Then it is a graphical representation of a factor plot. This is a question. What is exactly this is? I have I have 20 vegetable fruits are there. Let I have 20 fruits along with vegetables are there. Then how can I cluster it? How can I cluster it? Let I will give you, someone will give me that pineapple as well as papaya, uh, and give you apple as well as orange, and give you banana and banana with some type of means any type, like it is a cucumber or something they will give you, or they like this it is give. So how can you cluster it? So by seeing the sizes, shape, size, all these things, you can cluster it by seeing that. So that is known as the multi-criteria, multi-variable mapping is that. So multi-variable mapping will help you to cluster that data. So that is the more important. How can you cluster it? So for that, some mathematical type of equations are using, general linear regression type of equations are peoples are using. You can also use it, that is to find out the output of consideration and the social responsibility, the skills of individual, that you can find out it is. And that is the factor loading. Always please remember the factor loading should be greater than 0.75. Just देखा आप sociability 0.87, 0.96, 0.92 below are useless. Similarly consideration में 0.82, 0.75, 0.70. These two clusters are means you can map it. Rest things you can't map it. That is the factor loading main usefulness or the main role. So through this you can predict the expectation. Once the factors are derived, we can estimate each factor's factor scores, the potential use for factor scores, the method of determining the factor scores, everything we can calculate it once it will verified only. Okay, then there are two methods are there. Either you can go for exploratory method or you can go for confirmatory methods. Two methods are there. So generally we are following exploratory methods only. So what it will do, it will reduce the number of measurements to a smaller number of measurements. आपको thousands measurements ना करके only 25 measurements, 30 measurements if you do it. This is just a trial and error technique only. Through that it will find, it will reach your closely related values only. That is exploratory analysis only. And if you go with a confirmatory, then it will go with a some hypothetical relationship between the measures and the abstract constructs only. So it will create some type of a weightage, just like last class we have discussed the role of weightage. The confirmatory methods, it will create some type of a weightage between the variables and the sub variables, so that it will closely related to each other only. So these are the two type of approaches generally we are following. So in that common variables and unique variables we can calculate it, and finally we can reach it the communality, that is the final outcome, and always communality of a value should be one only. So the principal component analysis, what we have discussed right now, that its main role is the principal component analysis main role is it will reduce the number of factors only, nothing more. It will reduce the number of factors, and simultaneously it will help you to discuss the further. Simultaneously it will help you to improve the quality of that particular industry. So that's why by following principal analysis, we need to follow the factor analysis only. That is the main whatever we have discussed till date only. And through that we can find out the eigenvalues, we can find out the screen plots only. Okay, what exactly it will find out? It will measure the amount of variation accounted for each factors only. Number of principal component is less than or equal to the number of original variables. The first principal component accounts for as a much of a variability in the data as possible. So generally eigenvalues and screen plots are just statistical plots only. It will help you the point of inflection, that is the interaction point where the both component number and eigenvalue interact. So that point we are known as the point of inflection. So that is, we can say generally break-even points only. So through that point, we need to go with a further. You can't go any one directional, unidirectional. You have to go bidirectional. So how you will know which point is the bidirectional? Where the interaction point is there, that point is a bidirectional point. So that point is known as point of inflection. So it is a very simple. One end to you go with a line and other end also you go where it will interact. That point is known as point of inflection. So through that point we can go further. That is. Similarly, you can go with a Kaiser analysis. Let it is one. Then you can say it is the best results only. So these are the different. So one thing we will do it that how can you do with the help of this principal component analysis. Just now I will show you that one of the results. So it is a multivariate mapping only. Just see it here. Here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There are 5 companies. I can say it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H also horizontally and vertically. Like a automobile company is there, Maruti is there, Tata is there, Kia is there, Honda is there, Suzuki is there. Okay, there are different companies are there. So these 5 companies, their diagonal value is 0 in the sense that A to A is 0 obviously. A to A means company A to company A, that we are considering it's a 0 only. So this we want to analyze it in a, we can find out that how to multi-dimensional scaling only. If I will go with a multi-dimensional scaling, so these are the 5 variables are there. Okay, then model it and interval, and to continue that one, then options also you can put it, group plot, individual plot, data matrix, everything we will do it. So finally we will see that one. This is a clustering. Just see it here, clustering. D and F is one cluster, A and B is another cluster, E and C is one cluster, H and G is another cluster. So that it will automatically, it will cluster it. As per your results, automatically it will cluster it. So that is the means it is, otherwise what, it is very difficult to cluster it. So it will cluster it by using with the help of, you can see it here, scale, go to scale and multi-dimensional scaling. As per our syllabus, it is a multi-dimensional scaling. If you go, it will cluster it. In scattered plot, सबको मिला के एक जगह में रखो, it is a scattered plots only. But if you want to cluster it, so it will cluster it, that is in 2-dimensionally, it will cluster it that A and B are similar type of industry, and D and F are the similar type of industry, E and C are similar type of industry, H and G are the similar type of industries only. This is the cluster arrangement of individual companies. So there are n number of companies are there. Just see it here. All the diagonal is 0. Whole diagonal is 0. That is the multi-dimensional scaling. If you go with a bivariate, all the diagonal is 1 only. If you go with the multi-dimensional scaling, all the dimensions should be 0 only. That is the way how can you find out the factor analysis of individual. Just see it here, all these factors are 0. So this is the methods. How can you calculate it, the multi-dimensional scaling only. So Mathur sir, I have one urgent meeting. Can it possible to leave? Then these are the different examples are there. Then that is SD is the strongly disagree, D is the disagree, N is the neither, A is the agree, SA is the strongly agree. These are the different methods how to prepare the questionnaires only. So please remember these things. And the strongly agree maybe 5, and disagree it is again different. N is neither, agree and strongly agree. So that depends upon how you will prepare the marks. So I can start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. SD is 1, D is 2, N is 3, A equal to 4, S equal to 5. Strongly agree. So with these methods we can prepare the questions. Can ask the individuals. So this is the methods. The loading is that he's saying that factors that have 4 or more loading greater than 0.6 are likely to be reliable regardless of the sample size only. The loading, I said that I have shown you that loading. Just I will show the factor loading. For TIP, the factor loading 0.651, 0.564, 0.793, 0.819. So out of 4 and see it here, 3 का value 0.6 से ज़्यादा है. Then I can proceed it. I can proceed to forward. So that is questions is there how to proceed it. Just see it here, orthogonal rotation of variance, and this is the factor loading of the component 1 and factor loading of a component 2 that you see the values, and factor loading of component 3, and these are the values of the factors loading. The factors whatever the questions we have taken, their factor loading only. And at the end we will find out the reliability. It will also indication of the same. There are a lot of things in statistics only. Either you go for reliability, or you have to find out the normality conditions, or you can find out the statistical analysis, or you can find out the Kronberg alpha, or you can find out the KMO. So there are a lot of things are there. You have to cross check, you have to cross verify. Result is that these are not experimental results. So all are the survey type of results only. So such results generally we have to go with a multiple number of testing only. So in the reliability test, retest method is there, alternate form method is there, split half method is there, Kronberg alpha that I have shown you that Kronberg alpha is method is that. So that reliability methods are there. These are the Kronberg alpha. Just now I have shown you that the role of Kronberg alpha, what it will find out. See that there are multiple number of values are there in Kronberg alpha is there. So then finally what you will do by using principal component analysis. Initially we have taken 23 items with orthogonal rotation, and the Butler test through we found that the p-value is less than 0.001, indicates that the correlations between the items were sufficiently large for PCA, principal component analysis. Depends. Let you have only 10 to 15 datas are there. For that you no need to apply for principal component analysis. And also saying that the fear of statistics or the fear of the math subject subscales of that particular SAQ that and all had high reliabilities. All Kronberg alpha is 0.82 only. However, the fear of negative peer evaluation subscale have a reliability, relatively low reliability. That is Kronberg alpha is 0.57.
हेलो अमर
So
सर
you can't. हाँ सर, हाँ सर.
यस सर आपने कॉल किया था सर
हाँ सर, मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट किया था कि आई हैव ए
Yes.
अर्जेंट मीटिंग, सो कैन आई पॉसिबल टू लीव?
सर नो सर सर
Up to 11:30, can I continue?
यस यस सर हाँ 11:30
Okay,
ओके
okay, sir. Okay, sir. So this with why these studies, all these whether I will go with a Kronberg alpha or I will go with a Kaiser analysis or I will go with a scred plot. So every statistical technique have some factors, have some type of a benchmark values that will help you to find out whether your output selection is, or the inputs what we have collected, it is in line with the desired output or not. So that is the main important behind it. So the selection of factors, that's now because I will share this slide so that you can go by steps also. I have a desired means kept here starting to end. The steps are there. Data reduction if you want to do data reduction, then select the factor. Then after that select the variables. Whatever the variables are there, you can select it. Then after that you select it initial solution, you can select it coefficients, you can select also significance levels of individual factors, and if possible you can select KM and Butler test. Yes, I have not, I didn't select that time, but you can select KM and Butler test also. So univariate decision two methods are, this is the, this method is there. And the next step is the ask for and set extraction option. So you can select the critical component analysis, the correlation matrix, and eigenvalue over 1. Always it is. Please remember the eigenvalue should be over 1. Then, and the maximum number of iteration per convergence is 25. Means 25 times it will iterate your value. You can write it 100, you can write it 400, you can write 500, you can write it 300 also, no problem. But 25 is a benchmark only. If the data set is nearly 400 to 500, you no need to go for more than 500, more than 25 iteration. Iteration means what? It means run your result. It will run once, it will run 2 times, it will run 3 times, it will run 4 times, like multiple number of times it will run your result, so that it will reach the nearly equal to the desired results. These are the steps only. So then what you will do, replace with the mean only. If you want to replace with the mean, you can replace it, you don't want, or you can exclude some pairwise matrix, you want to exclude it. So these are a huge statistical technique only. Sort by size, always select sort by size only, because these are all numerical values. So better you select sort by size. So based upon the size, it will select it, sorts by size. Then after that you go for continue. Then after continue, the Varimax method, that is the rotation matrix, what I have shown you just now, that the role of a rotation matrix only. So rotation matrix will help you the individual sub factors, how they are important for a particular factors only, because I have shown you the factor as well as sub factor. So is it the sub factors are really helpful to that particular factor or not? That is rotation matrix only. So in rotation matrix, if all the values are coming above 0.6, then I can say that all the sub factors are means helpful or significant to that particular factor. Otherwise, it is not. So that's why to perform that only, what we are doing, Varimax, we need to select it. There is other technique is also there. Promax is there, and because but Varimax is the desirable technique. Anybody can follow this one only. Rest are there. It is not useful for our. It depend upon the applications only. So for multi-variable mapping analysis, we need to go for Varimax only. That is the route to find out the rotation matrix only. So then in the display rotated solution. Okay, display. Loading plot is there. Graph से कुछ नहीं पता चलेगा. So better is a rotated solutions. So series of solutions will come. That is the rotated solution. After that, you can continue with the steps only. Then factor analysis, you can find out either regression or you can find out Anderson-Rubin. Also, you can find out. Then only Anderson-Rubin is a linear regression analysis. So regression कर लिया तो it is like it is good enough. Then you can go for Butler also. It is also find out. So depend. Not necessary go with all only all. So again it will create confusion. Go one by one. First go with regression. Let the results are enough. Then you can go with a Butler. Then if it is okay, then you can go with Anderson Rubin like this. After that you can go with a continue. So this is the input, the factors I have shown you. This I have already shown these factors. These are the factors, their initial and their extraction. These two, and see the results. So how many number of factors initially I have taken? I have 31. Then that 31 converted into 7 only. Through this principal component analysis, it will convert the 31 factors to simply 7 factors only. It means that the rest factors are not. So how you will know 7? The total variance explained. जिस जगह के बाद value नहीं है, उतना ही value आपको लेना है. Means up to 7, 1 to 7 only. Total variance explained below. Some vacancy is there. Okay, vacant places are there. So up to what the value is there? Up to 7, row 7, up to value is there. Means now instead of 31 factor, now you have a 7 factor. If you have 7 factor, then it is very easy to analysis, very easy to discuss also. So that is the role of the principal component analysis. And after that, eigenvalue with the component numbers are there. You can flow, and the interaction points I have shown you that point of inflection. That point of inflection is the break-even point where you need to improve further. That is the point of inflections. So see the rotation matrix values. I said that 0.887, 0.858 जो round किया है, 0.843, 0.831, 0.764, 0.628 up to this means rest values are there. Whatever it is, that sub variables are not that much useful. So up to 0.628, you can consider that feel importance, feel less lonely, meet new people, and feel like I belong to a group. Find companionship, find people like me. So it is a type of a question. These are, we can say that these values are the significant sub factors are there. Less are the rest are the less significant sub factors are there. Similarly, row 2, if you go to the column 2, just see it here 0.747, 0.62725, 0.677, 0.657, 0.617, 0.610, 0.603, 0.590. Again, that series is again significant. So it depends what factor A indicates. Factor A में first 7 is important. Factor B में second series of 7 is important. Similarly, factor C also, factor D like 3, like 4, like 5, like 6, like 7. Every series has some significance is there. If not, that series we need to remove it. Otherwise, it will not helpful to your further analysis. Similar sheet here, all these series I have shown you. Row 1, first column, second column, then like this we have shown you. And all the values are the numerical values only. So this is the methods, how can you study the factor analysis by different. These are the data sets only. You can take data set freely from, there are sites are there available free data sets. So that data set you can download it and you can study by following the steps, because today I have given the steps also. So these slides I will share with Mathur sir. So he will distribute all the candidates so that you can go with this data set only. Okay, and the steps also, how you can go with analysis. Then you will select the scale. After that, factor loading. Then you will find out multivariate scaling. So all the steps are mentioned only. So with this, these are the different. So I have shown you that how you can select the numeric value, because last class we have selected what is numeric value. These are the things. These are the numeric values. If data is there, so these are numeric. So multi-dimensional scaling, what I have shown you, that is the role of multi-dimensional. See it here. This is the multi-dimensional scaling. Randomly everything is there. Okay, in a multi-dimensional scaling. If you plot it, just a market survey, and I will show you that this is the clustering. Just now I have shown you A and B one place, B and C is another place, C and D another place, G and H in another place. So this is the example of multi-dimensional scaling. Means clustering of similar type of items in one group. That is known as multi-scale, multi-dimensional scaling, or you can say it is a mapping. It is available in SPSS. Just now I have shown एक car का example लिया थे. For 6 companies of car industries I have taken and I have clustered it. So it is again, it's again another group that is a healthiness, pricing and storage durations. It is a brand and a consumer segment. A, B, C, D segment is there, and consumers are also there. How can you segment it? So that is the example of brand positioning. See the other applications of multi-dimensional scaling is that you can apply this multi-dimensional scaling for perception, prediction of perception of individual persons. That also you can study with the help of these methods only. So if you know it, there are two things are required in multi-dimensional scaling. Only the diagonal value should be 0. It means that A on A, if I will say my company is Maruti, I will put in row wise, and my company is Maruti, I will put in column wise, then A on A is 0. Similarly, B on B is 0, C on C is 0. It means all diagonal is 0. And rest values we can put it. Means how A is how much correlated with B? Maybe 30%, maybe 40%. Means if I will compare Maruti with Tata, Maruti with Hero, Maruti with Honda, Maruti with Kia, Maruti with other companies are there. So there is some percentage different. If I will compare with Maruti, then it is 0. So that is the role of a multi-dimensional scaling only. Don't forget, don't put some value in a diagonal. If you put some value in diagonal, it will not cluster it. Okay, same to same is 0 only. So that is the main role of a clustering. So this is the way how to make the results. I have shown already all these graphical presentations. So that is the means everything I have discussed through SPSS only. I have shown, and these are the results are here one by one. I have explained. And what is the background is there? Goodness of fit or stress. Background equations are that. These, if you want to calculate it through hand calculation, then you have to follow these equations only. But it is not required. You can calculate these things in a SPSS. You can calculate these things in a Excel also. You can calculate it multi-dimensional scaling ability. So all these steps, today I have given all these steps. Yesterday class, I thought SPSS is known to others. That's why somebody has asked me that is it SPSS is a free or it is a paid. That's why I thought it is better I go with some screenshot of that software. So these are the screenshots only. So how to deselect scale, multi-dimensional unfolding, multi-dimensional scaling, or multi-dimensional scaling A. Last one, second, third, depends. You can go for the reliability. So it depends what you will calculate it. So generally we need to calculate all these three: multi-dimensional unfolding, multi-dimensional scaling, multi-dimensional scaling. One is the proximity analysis, another is the general multi-dimensional. So the last one is the best one only. Multi-dimensional scaling, ALSCAL. So these are the steps of unfolding steps are there. So just see it here, what indicates of individual. So all these steps I have mentioned, and definitely Mathu sir will share you these slides to you. and so everything what I have shown you in SPSS, that steps are here. So with this, I can stop my presentation because I have a major meeting in a All India Counseling, so I have to join that meeting. So thank you, Mathur sir, and my.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a knowledgeable session. Now in next session with Dr. ML Meena sir in 12 बजे section है next 12:15. One another thing
Any questions?
Any questions related to this session? Any questions?
Sir, the objective questions I have shared already to you.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for invitation. And again, we will meet some other moment. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you. Namaste. The next session is 12:15 p.m. with Dr. ML Meena sir, Associate Professor in MNIT. 3 p.m. We have a last session which is related to one online test which have 20 questions, objective type questions, and one feedback form. You can please all the participants fill the feedback about the FDP. आपको feedback form भरना है, fill करना है आपको feedback form. All the participants fill the feedback in your account. Your account, Atal Academy account. You log in your Atal Academy account and fill the feedback about the our institute, about the FDP, and about the process of FDP in data analytics. So please fill all the participants. So please fill all the participant feedback in your Atal Academy login. Okay, and after 3 or 3:30 we have a minor exam about the FDP. In this FDP, in this exam we have 20 questions. All questions are required to fill, and 60% marks are necessary to pass this exam. So please, all the participants join this exam session. The exam is shared in your WhatsApp group. Okay, 13 minutes are, I think, more sufficient for successfully complete the 20 questions. So please, all the participants join this. The last session is the validatory section, which Dr. Virpal Singh sir and Dr. Sandeep Kumar is the Director of Center for Electronic Governance, Jaipur. Now we meet with the next session. Thank you.